Hello all. So in this video, we will see one of the hottest topic in the country, which is nothing but CNG, which is the most commonly heard word in automobile industry right now. Okay. So before going into CNG, we should understand some basic point of view from customer's perspective, automobile customer's perspective. Okay. So 20 years back, we have cars that run in petrol. I'm saying in approximate way. So at that time, petrol was around 50 rupees, but still mileage was the same. So around 10 km per liter. Okay. Even in those days, people were not ready to afford petrol, which means petrol was not affordable any day. So people went on for an alternative fuel where they had tried with home LPG. So you might have seen in news. So people are running with home LPG, which is a high risk in those days. Okay, but this is not approved by anyone. But still, people had run in that way because they want to reduce the running cost. So here it is 50. And in this place, they would have got achieved in rupees 20 itself, which is why they would have gone for the alternate fuel. Then came the government approved auto LPG. So in this method, car can run in same petrol or auto LPG. So whichever one, we can toggle them with a switch. Okay, one small switch will change. And when we say auto LPG, they will keep a big tank at our trunk. So if it's a hatchback car, your trunk is completely gone. And later on it got developed and something came like inside your spare tire wheel itself, you can keep the tank. So something came like that, but we don't want to go deeper into this one. So then came CNG now. Okay. And here with auto LPG, what happened is, I forgot to say this one. So here consider petrol price as 100 and the 100 rupees and the kilometer you could achieve is 10 km per liter. Okay. Here consider price will be 60 and you could achieve same 10 km per liter. So with this price difference alone, you are able to save a set of auto LPG because your mileage will never change. So in petrol, if you get 10, even in auto LPG, you'll be getting only 10 km. Okay, that's how it works. So now comes the CNG. CNG stands for compressed natural gas. So as the name itself suggests, it's a compressed air. Okay, with natural gas, and the natural gas has many additives, and one of the thing is methane. Okay, so for this, what they will do is they will keep on big tank similar to LPG, but CNG has its own dedicated tank, and there is a reason behind that we will see later. So this tank, so consider let's keep approximately 65 liters. So consider I'm taking an auto car and I'm going to place 65 liter tank, which means the tank is completely gone. Okay, so now next question is, so since you said 65 liter, can we fill 65 liter of CNG? The answer is completely no, because only the tank is measured in liter, but the capacity of the CNG gas that can fill into this tank is measured in kg. And for 65 liter tank, it can fill only 9 to 10 kg. Okay. Okay, so now you may get another question. So if I say petrol car, I can directly say my car has 35 liters of tank capacity, petrol tank capacity, 45 liters of petrol tank capacity. But when I say CNG, right, I'm saying it as 9 to 10 kg. I'm not saying 9 or 10. So there is a reason to understand over here. So when we go to CNG bunk, right, we will ask them to fill CNG in our tank. They will fill. At that time, they will be setting on pressure. Okay, by default, if it's 200 bar is something like full pressure. In that case, when the bar is full, right, and when they fill at that time, it will fill 9 to 10 kg. That is full capacity. But in some areas and in some bunks, they would have kept to 160 bar. That's because of their own rules and predictions, and also based on some government rules over there. Okay, in such cases, what would happen is it will fill only up to 8.8 to 9 kg. So this is the thing. So based on the bar that they have in the bunk, your CNG tank gets filled. Okay, this is one main thing. The next thing is we will write few drawbacks and few advantages. The first drawback, as you can see, is tank is gone. I mean, trunk is gone. Which means space. So first we saw the drawback. So trunk is gone. Next thing, let's move on to something different. So in petrol, we are getting 10 km per liter. And the cost is 103 currently at Chennai. Okay. The same thing, if I go with CNG and if I fill per kg, so per kg the mileage that I can get is plus 50% of what I get in petrol, which is nothing but 15 kilometers, and the price is 85. Okay, and the same car, if I run in highway, it will give 18 kilometer. So if I add plus 50% with CNG, with the same car I can get around 27 kilometer. So this is what expected, but based on the car and the driving style and its capacity, people have extracted even 17 to 19 kilometers as I have seen. And this, it may range between 27 to 30 plus, but this we haven't tested. But in city drive, we have tested till 19 kilometers in alto per kg. Okay, so that's how it works. So this is one of the biggest advantage of using a CNG. So I can write this an advantage, mileage. Okay, so when I say mileage is going to be this and my tank capacity is 10, just assume I'm going to get 10 as a rounded value. Okay, so if it's going to be 10 and if I get 27 as an average in highway, then in one fill I can go up to 270 kilometers. In average, even if you make 250 kilometers, it's much fine. Because for this 10 kg, you are going to fill only for 85 I mentioned, right? So 850 rupees. So 850 rupees, you can travel 270 kilometers range, which is much cheaper for a car. Okay, so this is how the running costs get reduced. Just consider the same scenario with petrol. So to get this 270 kilometers and assuming that my petrol price is 100 rupees approximately, we should correspond to 2700. Just check the difference. So where is 2700, where is 850? In case if there's an increase, max it may come to 1000 rupees, not more than that. Still you save 1700. And this I'm mentioning just 100 rupees, but the price is much higher. So with this, you can get a clear picture on how much you can save on running cost. Okay, so that's what I mentioned in mileage. Okay, the next thing we are going to say is, so as I mentioned, CNG is the purest form of gas. Okay, so it never leaves any residue. It gets inside the piston, it gets burnt, and it leaves without leaving any residue. And also the emission is very less, so it has less carbon emission. Okay, so environmental friendly. And the third thing that we can say is one main reason. So what is the one main reason we will buy petrol car? So petrol is actually fun to drive. But when? Okay, so consider my car is giving 10 km per liter and I would like to rev my car. Okay, petrol is actually fun to drive if we go from 6 to 8k RPM. So 6,000, 8,000 RPM, if you rev it long, right, it will be more peppy and it will be more fun to drive. But at that case, you will be getting only 7 km per liter, which is why most of the people will never do this. Since the average is getting reduced a lot. Already 10 itself is very less and still 7 is way too less. But consider the same scenario with CNG. You are getting 15 km per liter per kg and you are whooping from 6 to 8k RPM. Still you get 12 km per kg, which is actually acceptable for this fun to drive. So you don't want to compromise on your ride quality. Okay, you can enjoy as much as you can. So that is the biggest advantage which I don't want to miss. Okay, so here comes the next question. So is it safe to rev the CNG gas to 6,000 to 8,000 RPM as we rev in petrol? It's absolutely safe. Okay, so you don't want to think that you are running your car in a gas or in a CNG. You can just drive as you are driving in petrol. There is no limitations or no such thing that you have to drive carefully this way, that way, nothing like that. You drive the car as you drive in petrol. That's as simple as it is. You don't want to compromise on anything. CNG is well known for its performance, and usually people used to say there will be 5 to 15% drop in performance, but actually there are different advances and different modules available in the market without compromising anything by reducing only 5% of its performance. But still this is highly negligible. Even that you can see only in your low kilometers like 0 to 20 kilometers. And that too not all the time, only sometime. Once your car crosses 20 kilometers, there is nothing like no one can stop you. You can drive as you wish. Okay, so that's one thing. And the fourth one that I would like to mention is NVH level. So noise, vibration, everything would be same as in petrol. There will be no additional extra noise or any vibration, nothing like that. Okay. And also engine revolutions will also be matching to your petrol only. If it's going to be 700 RPM during idle time, right, the same will be maintained for CNG too. It will there also it will be only 700 RPM. So there's no any physical or sound or any other change that you can visibly see while driving a CNG car. Okay, this is one of the advantage. And I mentioned the small lag, right? This I will write as another disadvantage. The small lag, we can mention it as a disadvantage. And also I have mentioned one more thing, right? CNG runs in its purest form and it gets compressed completely, which means your engine lifespan will obviously increase. Okay, so these are the things that I would like to convey before moving on to the next topic. And with this, I will close this video. In my next video, I will show a complete kit on what are the components that are available in the market, which will be fitted in your car as part of CNG fitment in aftermarket. And there may be questions like, if aftermarket CNG fitment is safe? It's absolutely safe, nothing to worry. Only thing is you have to install a reputed kit from a reputed installer. That's it. Other than that, nothing to worry. And with respect to CNG, it's zero maintenance. Only thing is, try to change your spark plug every 15k kilometers. Spark plug. This is very, very important. Okay, this is important as part of petrol engine too. But still, there you may miss and you may change the 20k kilometers. But here, don't miss that. Keep sticking to this interval of 15k kilometers because spark is very important for CNG. Okay, and the next thing is every 10k kilometer change your air filter. So these two things, I believe everyone would be doing it as part of petrol maintenance itself. But when it comes to CNG, these are much more mandatory. And the next thing is, there is only one maintenance part. That is one filter, reducer filter. And that filter costs around 350 rupees, which you have to replace every 10 or 20k kilometers. Based on your running condition, but mostly it's preferable to change every 10k kilometers, and this is the only maintenance available for CNG. Apart from that, there is no maintenance. Okay, so with this I'll close this video. Thank you all for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.